Alright, in this video we'll be going over the new top 5 best class setups to use here in Modern Warfare 3 after the recent update. If you guys are trying to drop your first MGB nuke, I have some setups that can make that very easy. If that sounds good, feel free, drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on those post notifications, and as always, shout out the notification squad. If you guys want to shout out, make sure to comment Noti Gang down in the comment section. Let's get into it. Now, for class setup number 1, we're taking a look at the BP-50, specifically the Jack Revenger. This is a brand new weapon here at Modern Warfare 3, and it is disgusting. Unlock it immediately. The conversion kit is going to be drastically improving this assault rifle and transforming it into an AR SMG hybrid. We're taking advantage of improved magazine ammo capacity, vertical recoil control, aim down sight speed, as well as movement speed. We're going to be able to outgun every single SMG user and assault rifle user at those close to medium ranges. The time to kill is incredibly fast. This is hands down one of my favorite guns to use in the game as of right now. Now, the next attachment we are going to be running on this class setup is going to be a rear grip here, and we are going to be rocking the TRST grip tape. This is going to be a phenomenal attachment, bumping up that medium to long range performance so we can still use this submachine gun at longer ranges. We have improved firing aiming stability, recoil control, as well as gun kick control. This is going to be a nice attachment on this conversion because the cons are going to be completely, and I mean completely, irrelevant. We're skipping over the cone because they are going to be restricted due to the fact we have a conversion kit and obviously the stock as well. But we are going to be running an optic, and I highly recommend running the slate reflector. This is going to be a very clean and easy to use optic, making sure we can take people out very easily at those close, medium, and you guys guessed it, longer ranges with this conversion. It is incredibly nice when you have this equipped on the Jack Revenger. Now, we are not running a laser on this build. These are not going to be helping us out because this is already good at those close ranges. And because we have the conversion kit, the barrel is going to be restricted. But we are going to be running a muzzle, and we're going to be returning to the VT7 Spirit Fire Suppressor. This is a great, phenomenal option on this conversion kit, bumping up that recoil control, full velocity and range, and taking us off the radar. All of the cons we have with the conversion kit, we are going to be correcting with this attachment, and it's going to be phenomenal because the aim down sight speed is still going to be fast. So we are literally reaping the rewards of having a suppressor that's going to be keeping us off the radar and also making it a lot easier to use at longer ranges. What more can you ask for? Now, for the final attachment, because the underbarrel is going to be blocked off, we are, believe it or not, going to be running ammo on this SMG, and we are going to be utilizing the 9mm high grain rounds to go ahead and bump up additional bullet velocity as well as damage range. Again, the cons are relevant because we went ahead and corrected this with that suppressor, so we are reaping the rewards of having even more bullet velocity and damage range. This is pretty much going to be an AR reskinned as a submachine gun that we can still use at longer ranges. In the fire range, you can see the ADS is going to be lightning fast. We have 60 rounds, and this thing is going to be very, very easy to control. Like I said, this is hands down one of my favorite guns to use in the entire game. It just came out. Get it unlocked immediately. Do not sleep on it. For the secondary, we are rocking the Renetti. I rock the Renetti on every single class setup because it's going to be the absolute best secondary next to the Core 45. Now, we are rocking the conversion kit on this class setup as well, and the Jack Ferocity carbine kit is nasty. It's overpowered here in multiplayer, bumping up the fire rate. We're also bumping up tac stance spread, bullet velocity range, as well as aim idle sway controllability is going to be improved. This is going to be transforming this pistol into a full-blown SMG. We're going to be able to outgun everybody we see. Now, because the fire rate is ridiculously improved, we are running the 50-round drum on this class setup. We also have on the exoskeletal vertical grip, which is going to be a nice attachment here, improving that aim down sight speed, vertical recoil control, sprint to fire speed, as well as gun kick control. And on this build, we are running the compensated flash hider, which is going to be shortening our radar ping for a short period of time and also improving our vertical recoil control, horizontal, and more firing aiming stability. And just like the Revenger, we are rocking the slate reflector on this class setup as well. Overall, a disgusting build you guys should use. Now, once you jump in the fire range, you're going to see here, this is going to be a nice build because we have a 50-round pistol SMG that is going to be nasty at those close to medium ranges. The TTK on this is nice and fast also. For the remainder of the setup, do not forget to equip munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, bone conduction headset to hear footsteps and gunfire a lot easier, and ghost to keep yourself off the radar, and the comms vest. Even though they did add in a couple of vests, this update is still going to be the absolute best, improving our ability at close range, because every time you kill somebody, run over their body, they're dropping a radar beacon, let you know exactly where everybody is at, and that's going to allow you to stay alive, play a lot smarter, and drop those MGB nukes, which I know a lot of you guys are trying to get done. Run this vest on every single class setup. The BP50, aka the Jack Revenger with the Renetti, is going to be a phenomenal build and something you guys should use immediately because this weapon just released, and I think for a fact you guys will drop your first nuke with it. For class setup number 2, we're rocking the MTZ556. This weapon is so good they removed it out of ranked play because it's outgunning a lot of MCW as well as Rival 9 users. This is a phenomenal assault rifle if you're looking for mid-range combat. Now, for the muzzle, we are going to be utilizing the Cass's Break. This is going to be a good choice on the MTZ556 variant, improving our horizontal recoil control as well as firing aiming stability. Just a nasty attachment here because we want to reduce a lot of that weird recoil pattern that this weapon does have. Now, what we are also doing with this build is we're going to be running a barrel, and I do recommend running the MTZ Drifter Heavy Long Barrel. This is going to be a good attachment because we are going to be improving our bullet velocity and range, aim out of sway controllability, recoil control, as well as gun kick control. As you guys can see, the cons are not going to be reducing our aim down sight speed, so we are going to be able to outgun everybody we see at those close to medium ranges incredibly, and I mean incredibly easily. Make sure you guys have this attachment equipped. We are going to run an underbarrel on this setup. The pros like to rock the DR6 hand stop, which is a good attachment, but if you want to have a very low recoil build and also maintain that close range handling, the F-Tech MSP98 hand stop is another good choice, improving your aim walking speed, vertical recoil control, gun kick control, and more movement speed. This is going to be a nice attachment here, kind of a happy medium, helping us out at all ranges that this weapon needs to be exceeding at. Now, what we're going to be doing with this setup as well is we're going to jump right back over to the stocks, and I highly recommend going ahead and rocking the MTZ Marauder stock, which is going to be bumping up more recoil control as well as gun kick control. This is going to be a nasty attachment on the MTZ, allowing us to stay full auto across the map and not worry about a thing. You guys are going to be dominating lobbies, absolutely dominating lobbies with this attachment. Do not sleep on it. And then finally, we are going to run an optic on the setup, and I have started to really like the slate reflector on a lot of my builds. But if you still want to have as much recoil control as possible, the Jack Glasses is going to be a nice attachment here, bumping up that firing aiming stability as well as removing a lot of the visual recoil. For ease of use, I'm going to go ahead and equip the Jack Glassless on this setup. Now, once you jump into the firing range, you're going to see this is going to be a phenomenal setup because we still have a fast ADS, even though the Jack Glasses is technically going to be slowing that down. And obviously, because this build is a technically pro player variation, the recoil is going to be non-existent because that's the last thing pro players want to go ahead and worry about. And you can still go ahead and maneuver. You guys can see the aim walking speed on this is ridiculous, and we're going to be able to dominate at any and all ranges with the setup. It is broken, let me tell you that. For the remainder of the build, we are still going to be rocking the Renetti, the same exact attachments from my previous class setup. We have on the Ferocity Carbine kit, the 50 round drum, we have on the exoskeletal vertical grip, we have on the compensated flash hider, as well as the slate reflector on this setup. Now, again, do not forget to rock munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, bone conduction headset, as well as Ghost TV camo to keep us off the radar. Overall, a phenomenal gear set to have for your build. And again, we have on the comms vest, which is going to be nasty, giving us a 24/7 UAV every time you kill somebody, run over their body, to let you know exactly where everybody is at. The MTZ556 is going to be phenomenal, especially if you kind of build a pro player public match hybrid class setup like I have here. Let me know down in the comment section how you guys do with this build after checking it out. For class setup number 3, we're taking a look at the HOLGER 556, another assault rifle that was removed from ranked play because it is seriously too good. For For the first attachment, we are going to be running the compensated flash hider. You can rock the caster's brake on this as well, but I have found this is going to be a better attachment to use on the HOLGER because we're taking advantage of improved vertical recoil control, horizontal recoil control, firing aiming stability, and taking ourselves off the radar for a short period of time. In a public matches, this is going to be super helpful, especially at taking people out at closer ranges. You can get by their spawn and build up a quick and easy streak. Now, we are going to run a barrel on this build, and I do recommend rocking the Churro 6 match here. This is going to be further extending this weapon's lethality at those medium to longer ranges, improving that bullet velocity and range, recoil control, as well as gun kick control. This is going to be a disgusting build if you want a point and shoot solution that can kill people in 3 shots to the head. You have to go ahead and have this on your class setup. Now for the underbarrel, because we are running a long barrel on the setup, we are going to be rocking the F-Tech MSP98 hand stop again. You can rock the DR6 hand stop if you can control the recoil, but I'm recommending this because obviously less recoil is something that I know for a fact a lot of you guys are after. We're taking advantage of more aim walking speed, vertical recoil control, gun kick control, and added movement speed. A nice happy medium, going ahead and taking people out exactly where we need to have them taken out at medium ranges. Now, we are going to be going ahead and skipping over a lot of these attachments because they're not going to be helping us out. We're not running a rear grip. We're definitely not rocking the conversion kits. They're horrible on this weapon, but we are going to utilize a stock, and I do recommend running the RB Adel Assault stock here, which is going to be improving that recoil control as well as gun kick control on this assault rifle, just so we can go full auto across the map without worrying about a thing with the HOLGER 556. Definitely have this at your disposal. And then finally, we are utilizing an optic on this setup because we do have a long barrel and the HOLGER is not as fast as the MTZ. I am recommending just utilizing this light reflector here, just so we can have a very clean, easy to use optic that's going to be providing us a nice optic picture in 0 cons. Once you jump into the firing range, you're going to see this is going to be a filthy build because we still have a fast ADS for the attachments we are running, and obviously because we are running a lot of recoil controlling attachments, this weapon is going to be unbelievably easy to control. We're going to be off the radar for a short period of time. You're going to be able to get those 3-shot kills very easily at any and all ranges and still be able to flank, which honestly you can't blame it. It's a nasty setup. For the main of the build, we are running the Bernetti, same exact attachments. I run this on all my class setups. You guys know the drill with the conversion kit. The 50 round drum here. We have on the exoskeletal vertical grip. We have on the compensated flash hider, double compensated flash hider class setup, and we are going to be rocking the sight reflector again because it is going to be a clean optic with no cons. Now, do not forget to rock munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, phone conduction headset, as well as ghost to keep us off the radar, and we got that good old comms vest, which can be acting like a 24/7 UAV. The HOLGER 556 is amazing. They nerf it every single update, or they try to nerf it every single update. It's still a kick-ass weapon, one of the top meta ARs that we have at our disposal. You have to give this a go if you're trying to drop your first nuke and stay off the map at the same time. For class setup number 4, we're taking a look at the HRM9. This is running the show in Warzone as well as multiplayer as one of the top SMGs to use. We are starting off with a muzzle again, and I do recommend running the compensated flash hider on this SMG. The compensated flash hider is one of the best options to use on any SMG because we're taking advantage of long range and close range benefits, shortening our radar ping and bumping up vertical recoil control, horizontal recoil control, as well as firing aiming stability. You cannot get any better than this when choosing a muzzle under the SMG category. That's going to be doing what this needs to be doing. Now, we are going to be skipping over the barrels on this build. The Thor 90 is a good option. People run it in Warzone, but in multiplayer, we're not going to utilize it. We're definitely not going to rock the Princeps long barrel on this specific setup, and the Takaturn suppressed barrel is also not being a good is also not going to be a good option because we're going to be removing the muzzle, which is going to be a better choice. Instead, we're going to jump right over to the underbarrel, and we are going to be utilizing the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop. If we are not running a long barrel that's going to be improving that recoil control at those longer ranges, we have to rock the X10 Phantom 5 hand stop to improve sprint to fire speed, aim down sight speed. You guys can see here as well, vertical recoil control as well as gun kick control. This is mandatory to use on the HRM9 unless you want to have a uncontrollable weapon, which I know for a fact nobody wants to have an uncontrollable weapon here in Modern Warfare 3. That's the last thing you want to do. Now, we are going to be going ahead and rocking a magazine on this setup, and the 50-round drum is going to be the option to use because this weapon does have a moderate fire rate, and we are going to be running and gunning with this setup. So definitely go ahead and give this a try if you want to have a build that's going to be very, very easy to use at any and all ranges. And if you run into more than one person, you can easily take them out. Now, we are going to run a rear grip on this build. I do recommend going ahead and utilizing the PCS 90 assault grip. This is going to be improving more gun kick control as well as firing aiming stability and recoil control. Because we're not running a long barrel, we're running some other attachments that are going to take its place, but it's also not going to be slowing it down where you need to be slowed down at. Aim out of sway controllability, aim down sight speed, it doesn't matter. It's already a submachine gun. None of these are going to matter because this gun is already going to be fast by default. This is going to be a perfect attachment to use. And then finally, we are going to run a stock on this build, and I do recommend going ahead and rocking the folding stock, which is going to be improving our recoil control, gun kick control, and firing aiming stability. Again, aim down sight speed is going to be irrelevant. This weapon is already fast because we're not running a barrel that's going to be slowing it down. So definitely go ahead and have this at your disposal when you are running an HRM9 setup. Once you jump into the firing range, you're going to see this is going to be a good build because we still have a fast ADS and we're going to be able to control this weapon. So definitely give this a try if you're looking to use a submachine gun that's going to be disgusting at those close to medium ranges. If you go kind of like trigger discipline, kind of burst it slightly, you're gonna let people out at longer ranges, but this is gonna be strictly kind of a run and gun SMG that you can use at medium ranges. You're just gonna have to control the trigger a little bit. This is gonna be a controllable submachine gun, but it's gonna take a little bit of trigger discipline, but at the same time, it's going to be a lot better than some of the other options we have, which are either going to have literally fast TTKs but crazy recoil, or not the fast TTK but lower recoil. This is going to be kind of a happy medium. For the remainder of the build, we are going to be running again the Renetti. Overall, a nice setup with again the same exact class we have on the carbine kit, the 50-round drum. We are utilizing the exoskeletal vertical grip, and we are going to be rocking the compensated flash hider on this setup as well. And obviously the slate reflector, just a nice attachment to use on this weapon. Do not forget to utilize munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, phone conduction headset, as well as ghost to keep us off the radar, and the good old comms vest doing its thing, giving us a 24/7 UAV. The HRM9 is a fantastic SMG, definitely top meta. It's good in multiplayer as well as Warzone, so feel free to tear it up no matter what type of mode you guys are playing. And then finally, for class setup number 5, we're taking a look at the Ram 9, a very underrated submachine gun here in multiplayer. Not that many people are running it, and I personally have no idea why. This weapon is disgusting. For the muzzle, we are not going to rock the compensated flash hider here. Instead, we are going to be rocking a hidden gem. Now, you may or may not have this unlocked. If you don't have it unlocked, I highly recommend getting it unlocked, but a lot of pro players are running this. The tree budget break is going to be a nice option, improving that gun kick control and recoil control tenfold on this submachine gun. This build is not going to move, and we are going to be having a moderately fast TTK. So if you're looking for an AR SMG, yes, AR SMG hybrid, even though this is an SMG, give this a try. We are not running any of the barrels on this setup. They are not going to be helping us out because this gun is going to be solid without it, which is going to be a massive W. If you can rock a submachine gun without a barrel, do it, because they're going to be a waste of attachment slot. Now for the underbarrel, we are going to be utilizing the DR6 hand stop on this build. This is already going to be low recoil, so we are reaping the rewards of that close to medium range performance with that improved aim down sight speed, aim walking speed, sprint to fire speed, and movement speed with this disgusting attachment on this class. You're going to love this weapon with the DR6 hand stop. This is going to be one of the few SMGs in pubs that I do recommend running this on. Now, we are going to be running a magazine on this build, and I do recommend bumping it up to the 50-round mag so we can take out more than one player at the same time. This is going to be a nice attachment here because the fire rate is moderate, so if you do run into 3 people, you can easily wipe them all out with the Ram 9. Now, we are going to be going ahead and rocking a rear grip on this setup. We're going to run the Retort 90 grip tape, which is going to be a nice choice to improve more firing, aiming stability, gun kick control, and recoil control on this submachine gun. This is going to be a mandatory attachment here just so we can go full auto across the map without worrying about a damn thing. And then finally, we are running a comb. This is gonna be one of the first weapons I'm recommending, a comb. And I do recommend running the recon comb on this attachment because it's gonna be a good choice, improving sprint to fire speed, firing aiming stability, which is huge. I'm surprised this even does this, as well as that aim down sight speed. So we're getting a 2-for-1. We're gonna be getting close range and long range performance with this. It's gonna be phenomenal on the Ram 9. We are utilizing the optic. Once you jump into the fire range, you're gonna see here, this is gonna be a nice build. We have a fast ADS, and we are gonna have very, very controllable recoil with this weapon. Definitely go ahead and give this a try if you are trying to enjoy this submachine gun. Now, if you do not like the iron sights, feel free to remove the 50-round magazine and put on the sight reflector. Both of them are gonna be good options, but just for the ability of being able to take out more than one player at the same time, I do go ahead and recommend running the magazine on the Ram 9 build. You guys are gonna go crazy with this class setup. It's great. For the remainder of the build, we do have on the ready same exact attachments you guys know we have on the carbine kit. We are utilizing the 50-round drum. We have the exoskeletal vertical grip, the compensated flash hider, as well as the slate reflector on the setup. And we are utilizing munitions box, scavenger gloves, covert sneakers, phone conduction headset, ghost TV camera to keep us off the radar, and the ComZef, which is going to be acting like a 24/7 UAV. Every time you kill somebody, run over their body, the drop a radar beacon, let you know exactly where everybody is at. Overall, a phenomenal build. Now, again, the Ram 9, somewhat underrated here in multiplayer. People are running it, but not the right build, or they're not running it at all, and they're still running the WSP Swarm. Do not be like one of those guys. Utilize this class setup. It is nasty. You're going to be outgetting a lot of AR players with it. These are going to be the top 5 best class setups / guns to use here in MW3 after the update. If there's going to be 2 builds I recommend going and checking out, definitely check out the Jack Revenger, a brand new weapon here in multiplayer, and it is nasty. You guys are going to go crazy with this setup. I absolutely love it. And also go ahead and check out this MTZ build. It's going to be a nice replacement for the MCW. It got banned in rank play. That goes ahead and tells you how good it really is. If you guys enjoyed the video, feel free, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, turn on post notifications, and as always, been your boy Ears. Hopefully these class setups help you guys out. Peace.